culture differences in relationships. The first question, it's so juicy, guys. Today we're doing your favorite video. Get ready with me. As you guys can tell by the title, I'm going to answer some of the questions that you guys asked me way before about international relationship, because I've been in a couple. These are the stuff that I wish I knew when I was younger. So today's makeup brand, I am going to use Tower 28, which is my recent favorites. They are really good for everyday natural makeup looks. So before we start, these are the questions that my Japanese friends or Japanese viewers asked me before. I feel like the relationship or dating culture is so different. The first question, it's so juicy, guys. The first question is, I've heard that you have to have sex before you get into a relationship to see the connection. Is that true? Before I answer that question, I'm going to use Broad Spectrum SPF 30 tinted sunscreen. I know you'll like skip all about the makeup and talk about the relationship. I know. Chill. Okay, I know all these answers gonna be like dependent on person. If you ask me like, do you have to have, then the answer is no, of course. But I've heard that some people make sure that they have connections before they getting into more serious relationship, because I understand that it's like a huge part of being in a relationship as well, to have connection, physical connection. And I feel like that's so important too. So I kind of agree with them. You don't have to have, but I've heard of people who rather have or rather check the connection before getting into the serious relationship. So I guess it's yes and no. For me, I'd rather have more emotional connections if I getting into like serious relationship. My family's gonna watch this, but we're so open about this topic, so I don't care. But they're gonna be like, oh my god, you're talking about this. But yeah, anyways. The second question, people don't ask to be their girlfriend, boyfriend. Is that true? How do you know when you guys are official? This is like a huge question that I had when I was younger. It's because I've heard this in another culture. They don't ask to be their boyfriend, girlfriend. You will eventually figure it out or something like that. Before I keep talking, I'm going to use this cream contour. Look at this packaging, this is so cute. This is in the shade Getty. Just in case if you guys don't know, the Japanese culture, they always ask. So the weird thing is, dating phrase comes after you ask your partner to be official. So before that, we say just hanging out, and then they will ask to see if they want to be a girlfriend, boyfriend. Usually boys ask to girls, and then the dating starts. I know it's so weird, but when you are dating in Japanese culture, it's official. But here, it's opposite. You will do several datings to see if there is connection between you guys, and then some people ask, some people don't ask. Answer to this question, it's yes and no, because it depends on people. But I've had an experience that he didn't ask me, and I was like, am I or not? But we were doing boyfriend-girlfriend things. It was kind of frustrating. For me, it's so convenient for each other. Since you're not sure if you guys are boyfriend-girlfriend, they can just do whatever they want. Like, they can talk to other people too, and you can't really say anything because you guys are not official. Of course, you can ask them like, are we boyfriend, girlfriend? Yes, but it's kind of like, I'd rather not ask. For me, it's kind of like, really? Like, do you really want me? Or I'd rather have partner or gentleman who comes up to me and say like, just ask me. Kind of like proposal, but boyfriend, girlfriend. I would love that. When I was in Japan, I've had that where I was wondering all the time. I'm like, am I a girlfriend or am I just hanging out with this person? Because clearly we're doing all the things that couple does. In another relationship that I had, he asked me. It was so cute. That was my favorite moment. But he literally drew on a paper, will you be my girlfriend? And then he surprised me. And it was so cute. Yes, some people does that. And I prefer being asked. So I say never let things be okay and just keep wondering if you guys are in a relationship or not. Just ask them. Like, if I can talk to my younger self, I would just say, hey, Luna, ask them, because this is kind of like wasting your time. I feel like it's really not okay, like just wondering if you guys are boyfriend and girlfriend or not. Of course, it should be like after 3 months or 4 months of the relationship. Just don't ask them like after 1 week or 2 weeks, then like you wondering like if you girlfriend or boyfriend. That's kind of weird, but ooh, I feel like this camera take away all the things, like it looks nothing on my skin. Okay, the third question is, do people really open doors for you in overseas? This question is so cute. It's actually from my friend. Yes and no, because it depends on people. But if your boyfriend is gentleman, they will do it for you, and they will like kind of hold the chair for you as well. But I've heard of one thing. I was so disappointed when I heard this, but my previous English teacher who taught me English, she's like my big sister. When I was in a relationship with other guy, I was talking about like how guys are like pulling the chair for girls when we're sitting at the table, and it's so cute. And she was like, oh yeah, that's so cute, but at the same time they're looking at your butt. I was like, oh, I see. Well, I mean, if he is your boyfriend, then I just like, I don't mind. But this is not Tower 28, this is from Muji. So yes, they will open the doors for you if they were gentlemen. If not, you can ask them like, hey, I'm your queen. I'm just going to pat underneath my eyes and T-zones with Laura Mercier translucent powder. I love travel size products, guys. It's so cute. And it does their job. Like I'm using this for almost a year. And it fits in my makeup bag, so it's perfect. Alright, the next question. Japanese people usually separate the bills whenever they go to dinner, lunch, or anywhere you go on a date. Is this the same thing for you guys? I feel like majority of gentlemen here, majority of times they will pay for you. But for me, I don't know if it's because I'm Japanese. I'd rather separate them. So whenever I go to dinner or something, I'll always tell him. I don't like it. I don't like the feeling of like, oh, he owns me something. I know it's a relationship, so like they're just doing it for you. But for me, I rather have like an equal amount of ownership. I can also take care of myself financially. So for me personally, I just don't like men's take care of me fully. And I know some girls don't mind about that. I think it's cool. Like I wish I can be like that, but I just can't. I'm just going to clean up the lines of my eyebrows with concealer because whenever I do this, I feel like it puts everything together and it looks so good. So I'm using their concealer. This is in the shade K-Town. Just clean up the edge. I used to not do this because it's kind of like another step and it'll take time, but I feel like this adds more cleanness to your makeup. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I hope you guys can tell. Next question. Where do you guys go when you go on a date? I'm gonna give you guys a specific answer. If you guys come to Dallas, Texas, doesn't have to be Dallas, Texas, but I love Korean barbecue, so we go over there too. Movie night is always good. I feel like it's kind of same, like international. You can go to downtown Dallas, museum. Oh, for my blush, I'm also using another blend because I didn't get anything from Tower 28, but I'm using this Rare Beauty cream brush, which is the packaging is so cute and I'm using it forever. Today I wanted to keep everything natural, so I'm using like cream contour, cream blush, cream products everywhere. If it's in Japan, I'd rather go to like countryside, or like you can go to river and do barbecue. My hometown is秩父,埼玉, which is very beautiful place. You can climb up a mountain, you can go to river and do barbecue. There's so many activities that you can do. So if you guys are in Japan and if you're looking for like countryside dating spot, go to秩父,埼玉. But here, where else we go? Actually, in Dallas, there's so many dating spots like mini golf, inside go-kart, around the Grandscape. It's like a middle of everything and it's not that crazy as like downtown Dallas, but they have spa, they have movie theater, they have like you can go to shoppings, they have escape room or VR adventure like game room, stuff like that. So I'm going to do my eyeshadow with this cream contour. I'm just gonna put it a little bit on my eyelid. Next question. Not me tapping. What is your favorite moment with your partner or ex? Probably meeting my partner at airport because I used to do international long distance relationship. It was during the COVID, so I feel like there's so many people have done long distance relationship during the time. I would never do long distance relationship again because that's something that it's gonna drain you mentally. But meeting my partner for the first time in like 2 years or so many months, I feel like that was my favorite moment that I've ever had in my relationship. You couldn't see the person for like a year and you can finally see them in person, and just being in the airplane and a feeling that the distance is getting closer between us It's just something that was so special to me, but I would never do that again because it's so sad. It's just so sad. Other than that, when my partner, he showed up to the place with having a one red rose, and it was just something that was so pure and so special to me because I've never received any flowers from a guy before, so that was so special to me. The funny thing is, when I was leaving, I put the rose into the freezer because I didn't want it to die, and then I forgot. I was like, I'm so sorry. But then next time I saw him, of course I took it out and I brought it back to Japan, and my grandmother, she actually do oshibana, which is like she put the flowers into the frame and you can kind of like create the picture. It's a real flower, so you can keep them forever. So I asked her to create something with the rose, and then she created a beautiful picture for me. So I still have that in my room, but that's something that it was so special to me. Also, I'm going to do a highlight eyeshadow palette from Muji. I got this from Japan, but look at this color shades. Like, it's perfect for every day. It has a shimmer in it, so I'm not using this for like dancing and stuff. Okay, the next question. Do you see yourself settle down in the States, or do you want to come back to Japan? Honestly, right now, I don't want to go back to Japan because I don't have anything that ties me over there. But the one thing that I really miss about is people. I miss my family, I miss my friends. As long as my visa allows me to be here, I want to be here because I love the culture here, I love the people here, I love what I do here. So for now, I see myself settle down here, but I would love to have a place in Japan as well. My little brother is gonna settle down over there, so I will have a place over there too, because he does not want to come here. He does not want to get out of Japan. That kind of works for me too because I want to have 2 locations at least. I'm using this lip liner. This is in the shade, what's the shade? It says one liner, paint my number. I hope that's a shade number. But you can use this for everything. For your lips, for your cheek blushes, for your eyeshadow. You can blend it out so nicely. This is multi-use lip liners. The texture of this liner is so creamy, that's why you can blend it out so nicely. The last question is, do you see yourself dating a Japanese guy? I've dated like when I was young, like I was a teenager, but for now I don't see myself dating Japanese people because I'm not there. If I see someone here, then maybe, but I feel like Japanese dating culture doesn't suit me because it's so, I don't know, maybe I've never met a right person before, but I feel like the dating culture here is more direct. I know it depends on people, but I prefer the communication skill that I have with English rather than Japanese. I feel like to build the high quality connection in English, it's going to be way easier than me talking in Japanese, if that makes sense. Because Japanese, it's like if I see someone for the first time or if I see someone who's older than me, I will have to use the formal way. So it's kind of like create the barrier. Like it will be so hard for me to open my heart to the person 100% and create the high quality connections between the people. But since English is so casual to me, I feel like I can open up to the person way faster, way easier than me talking in Japanese. I feel like if you're bilingual, if you speak Japanese and English, I think you know what I'm talking about. It's just, English is so much easier. Japanese is so much harder, even just make friends. Lastly, I'm using this lip gloss. Look at this packaging. I love this so much. This is my favorite lip gloss at the moment. I'm using this every day. This is in the shade Cashew. I love this packaging so much. I hate lip gloss when you cannot see the inside. Ooh, I love this so much. Alright, my makeup is complete, but overall, what I learned from my experience between these culture differences in relationships, I feel like it really doesn't matter where you're from. We're all same human. I feel like there's no such a thing as like, oh, you're from this country, so you don't do this. No matter what type of relationship is, I feel like the communication is very important. Be open to another person. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!